Sy dames en here, ons sê goeienaand en baie welkom hier by die World Sports Betting Easter Rugby Festival hier by Harlequins Rugby Club in Pretoria. En ons sê baie welkom as jy dank net hier eers saam met ons begin kuier het. Ons hoop jy gaan die aand saam met ons geniet. Ons maak gereed vir ons eerste wedstryd wat oor so 'n bietjie minder as 10 minute gaan afskop hier op die A-veld. En ons eerste wedstrijd wat ons het vanaand hier op die A-veld is PE Harlequins en ABE Maidas Narkobulla. 6 uur en dan 8 uur het ons die amptelike openingsseremonie. En dit sal waargeneem word deur die Blaubulle president Willem Strauss wat saam met ons is ook vanaand. En dan om 9 uur, althans 8:30, het ons laaste wedstrijd vir die aand. En dit is die thuisspan Pretoria Harlequins wat speel teen Vereniging. En dit is Vereniging se enigste wedstrijd in vanjaar se toernooi. Hulle is net vanaand in aksie. So is hulle gaan poog om te wen hier vanaand en kan hulle sê hulle was onoorwonne gewees vir die toernooi. En dan onthou Saterdag vanaf 2 uur is ons weer aan die gang en Maandag ook. Môre is 'n afdag, Sondag is 'n afdag. En dan Maandagmiddag vanaf 12 uur begin al die aksie weer. En die World Sports Betting Rugby Easter Festival, so weer baie welkom aan almal hier by die Harlequins Rugby Club. Kry heerlike eetgoed hier by die kosstannetjie, dis net so regs van die paviljoen. As jy op die paviljoen sit en jy kyk veld toe, net so regs van die paviljoen, is daar heerlike eetgoed te koop. By die kosstannetjie ribburgers, chicken burgers, cheese griller rolls, boerewors rolls, chipsticks ensovoorts. En ook baie om te drink, heerlike drinkgoed, koeldranke en chips en chocolates en die klas van goed. En as jy groot mens koeldrank wil hê, dan kan jy bo in die kroeg daar 'n draai maak. Dan op die veld sal jy sien is die groepie dames daar by die swart gazebo van Hype Energy Drinks. Jy kan 'n draai gaan maak daar, hulle deel dit vanaand gratis uit, Hype Energy Drinks, daar is sy. Daar wys sy weer vir ons waar met ons gaan, so daar by die pragtige dames, as jy vir hulle glimlag, dan gee hulle vir jou een van die Hype Energy Drinks, gemaak gerus 'n draai. Daar is by hulle. Ja, en het is heerlik, die Hype Energy Drinks. Jy kan hom saam met 'n ietsie ook vat. Goed, so binnekort ons eerste wedstryd. Hier op die A-veld. Die manne maak gereed vir hom. Is ABE Maidas Narkobulla en die manne wat van ver af kom van PE Harlequins. Dus teen wie hulle in aksie gaan wees. Word so 'n bietjie meer as 5 minute skop daar die eerste wedstryd van die aand dan af. Geniet hom. sê ook goeienaand en baie welkom aan meneer André Potgieter van AB Maidas. Baie welkom meneer Potgieter, lekker om jou weer te sien hoor. Jy lyk fantasties goed man, lees jy ook gereeld die sportbeeld? Dames en heren, ons welkom op die veld, al die pad uit Port Elizabeth uit. Dis die manne van
Welcome, welcome. We've got our first match of the day here on the A field. We've got Narkobulla against the PE Harlequins running out right now. Probably going to be the home team, the home supporters. People are going to be cheering for their Pretoria team. But nonetheless, we know that these are two very strong sides. Narkobulls being involved in the finals of the Carlton League last year, unfortunately just losing out to the Northern Rhinos. Do I have my facts correct? Yes, losing out to the Northern Rhinos, and then the PE Harlequins were the winners of their individual league in Port Elizabeth last year. Unfortunately losing out this year in the final by I think it was 2 points. So if we just run through the quick team list we've got for Narkobulla, we've got starting at number 1, working to 15, Marit Mabeka, Ronaldo Kippen, Keanu Prinsloo, Nardus Erasmus, CP Lau, Henrique de Sousa Neves, Ian van Deventer, who is the captain at number 7. We've got Arno Hoogenstra at number 8, Ruan Verviers at number 9, Sean Grobler, Jared Cornelius, Marco Dongs. We've got JC Conradi, Matthew Mpofu, and Tony Witter. That's your starting 15 for Narkobulls. Over to the PE Quins, we've got October starting there, number 1, Mjongile Davis, Sednik Njenje Bosman, the captain. No, I lies, not the captain. We've got Bosman there, we've got Forbes, Olifant, Lavak, Abrahams, Lavak again. We've got Al Bosman coming in at the number 12 position, Gekboom and number 13, Plaatjes number 14, and we're ended with Harvey at number 15. We see a penalty there being awarded the way of Narkobulls for high tackle. Coming just about 3-4 meters outside their 22. Deciding to opt for the line there, trying to get that territorial view that they've got going there. We know that there is an incredibly strong pack that both of these teams have to offer. Thrown into, I think it was the number 7 there for Narkobulls. Ian van Deventer, the captain, set up that driving wall. They are just inside the 5 meter, but it does look like they're going forward. PE Harlequins looking to hold it up, but it is brought to ground, and it is a try there. So that is Narkobulls on the board. First people to get on the board, the first team to get on the board there. So that is 5 points to Narkobulls with a conversion to come. It's going to be very hard to try and get confirmation of the try scorer there, but nonetheless, it's a team effort at the end of that day. Might need somebody to just hold his ball up there, but we do know that these things happen. Does line up the kick, gets a good boot to it, and the flags are up. So score now stands at 7 points to 0. AB Mida Narkobulls. AB Mida Narkobulls, very long name, but AB Mida Narkobulls there. First people to get onto the board. So we see PE Harlequins under immediate pressure from the Narkobulls. But, you know, it's never how you start, it's how you finish. Do want a strong start, though. Tap back there by the number 8. Hoogenstra. They set up that maul. Does go to ground. Referee says It is playable, but awarding the penalty there. So Narkobulls do get the opportunity to get back and gain that territorial advantage again. Good kick coming there from, I think it might be the number 10, Grobler, who manages to set his team up about 5 meters outside of the 22. Ball sent there to the back there line. Obster goes to the running back line, sees a gap, manages to get out of one, is the number 15, Tony Botha, who gets the pass away to his winger, I think it was. That do manage to put an extra 5 on that board. So score now stands at 12 points to 0 with the conversion to come. Bit of a better angle here for Grobler on that kick there. We saw him slot over almost a perfect conversion not so long ago. Unfortunately, just pulls that one to the left, so score stays at 12 points to 0. Narkobulla looking to come out strong here in the first half, want to put as many points up against the PE Harlequins as possible. So PE Harlequins unable to get any possession here in the first half so far. But looking to add a lot of ruck time pressure there, hoping to stay within the laws, but referee tells him to get back. Grobler opts the kick, goes high and does manage to travel out, but was kicked just outside of the 22. Oh no, unfortunately, sorry. Incorrect there from me. It was played back into the 22, so not allowed to kick directly out. So Narkobulla's being brought back. So first kind of real attacking opportunity here that PE Harlequins do have. Decide to go for the front ball, but is tapped back there by Narkobulla. So looking to spread it wide. Spots a bit of an opening there in the back, sends the 15 Harvey all the way back. He has to retreat, looking for his man. Opts to send it to the number 9 Lawak, who sees that there is some space, puts it on the boot, trying to add the territorial pressure, and does really well there does the number 9 from PE Harlequins. So putting the Narkobulls on the back foot, hoping to get some attacking pressure off of this line out. Narka doing well to retain their line out there. Does decide to go for that box kick, putting them under direct pressure, but again a direct kick coming from the team of the Narkobulls. So let's see if the PE Harlequins are able to retain their line out here. And just as I say that, it is stolen by the Narkobulls. Sending it to the pod there. But it does look like PE Harlequins got someone over, but they did manage to get that ball out. Looking for the offload, manages to get it, send it to the inside there. It was the prop Mabu Kela. It's really hard to look quickly and then try and say what you're reading, but unfortunately just being bone for penalty was I think it was the number 5 or 6. It was either Njenje or Bosman not rolling away there. So both tries from Narkobulla have come off of a line out, penalty line out there. So probably looking to copy paste exactly what they've done the previous 2 times. They do manage to get into the PE Harlequins 22 and put some points on the board. So it'll be very interesting to see if they can get it 3 for 3. It looks like there is a change for Narkobulla's player number 23, Janrek Wibberholzer, that is running on. Just trying to see who he is replacing. He's playing one of the 4 positions. I was just unable to see it. Looks like he's gone into the flanker position there. But nonetheless, welcome Yandai. They do manage to create that maul, so never mind. Referee says that is an advantage to the Narkobulls. Set up sends to the number 12 there. Looked like he dotted it over, but not yet, says the referee. That is the number 3, Keanu Prinsloo, who manages to dot down the 3rd one for his team. So Narkobulls have managed to make it 3 for 3 every single time that they've come into this PE Harlequins 22. Score now stands at 17 points to 0. Narkobulls lead. Looks 1-2, but unfortunately just pulling it left. Unfortunately, we do see that the T might be a problem here for Grobler. So, score stands at 17 points to 0. Narkobulls lead here in the first half. We are yet to see some attacking rugby from the PE Harlequins. We are known we know at least that they are able to play some attacking rugby in PE. They are one of the top teams there. That's why they have been invited to this Easter Festival. So we do look forward to seeing some attacking rugby. But Narkobulls have done really well. Got to commend them on keeping the Quins unable to get any kind of sort of attacking rugby. So penalty awarded there to Narkobulls for being pulled down in that maul at least. So sacking the maul there. So just kind of a copy paste of what they know is working. So why change it? We know that they have very fiery backline, and we know they've got a strong forward pack as well. So if it works, why change it? Just time off for quick injury. Just gonna check if he's okay. So thumbs up there from the number 9. I think it was Lawak. Someone correct me. But good to see he's up. So Narkobulla get that line out. Sends it to the replacement overalls who manages to get over that advantage line. Setting Narkobulla there on the front foot. Advantage being played. Looking left, going right, stepping 1, steps 2, sends it wide. Oh, manages to keep that ball in play was the number 14, Mpofu. Just keeping it on the fingertips, but unfortunately, overalls are just unable to get that ball in hand. But referee bringing them back for that penalty. Could have been a penalty offside. Yes, I called it. There it is. So penalty offside there. So, as we said, we are here at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival. It's also the Harlequins' 120th anniversary here. So, incredible to be celebrating it here with them and have some running rugby, see some exciting rugby. World Sports Betting coming in as the main sponsor for this event. Thank you to them. You are here with us, SCI, doing the live streaming. We have some games going on at the Pretoria Rugby Club as well, so feel free to switch between the two. But our game currently is Narkobulla against the PE Harlequins. Narkobulla leading 17 points to 0. Off to go for the scrum. Looks like they flooded the left side of that line out. Of the scrum. Open side completely flooded there. Scrum just not setting. So referee calling them back. So scrum reset. Narkobulla do manage to get their feet. They put in that left shoulder and they're walking with it. No advantage. There the advantage comes now. So penalty advantage to Narkobulla. Picked up there by the number 5. Plays it to the 8th man who gets it to Grobler. Dots it down just outside. Oh, referee says no. It's very exciting. I also that was a try, but still penalty the way of Narkobulla. So big forward pack running in there, looking to get over the line. And the referee says it is down. Managed to make so many meters, did that pod. We love to see a good forward pack that knows how to run. So Narkobulla making absolutely no mistake again, saying we'll take those 5 points again. Kind of bit of a dilapidated team that we're seeing from the PE Harlequins at this time. Nothing really coming into play for them here. So score standing at 22 points to 0. Narkobulla's way. as I was saying, PE Harlequins kind of looking dilapidated, not sure what they're doing wrong, kind of looking for structure, looking at the ref, kind of not actually sure what's going on. Grobler there getting that conversion, absolutely making no mistake to add that extra 2. So score now stands at 24 points to 0. Narkobulla lead. Not sure how many minutes are left here in the first half, but these gents should almost be jogging back in for half time. Would probably want to be getting more running rugby from the PE Harlequins, but unfortunately just not getting ball in hand, are they? So they do manage to kick it off. Did really well to get out of that danger zone there. So PE Harlequins do get an attacking line out here, kind of just inside the 10 of the Narkobulls. Let's see if they know how to get some running rugby going. Pretty sure they do know how to do it, just unable to get it right here. A lot of pressure coming in from the Narkobulls. So sends it to the back, but Narkobulls managed to steal it. But there is a boot coming in there from the number 3, that's Davis, there from the PE Harlequins. He manages to get his boot in, puts a good chase on himself, but knock on from Narkobulls. So it is a scrum to the PE Harlequins. So referee just resetting that scrum there again, probably looking just to get a little more height on that scrum. Strong second shove coming in there. My S's. Strong second shove coming in there from the Narkobulls. So Fortney just collapsing. Do manage to get that penalty back. So we do see Narkobulls back on the attack. They are within PE Harlequins' half. We know that when they get here, they are very clinical. So, not exactly going to plan, but they do manage to keep the ball on their side. Does Narkobulls looking for some space, getting undressed in that collision there, and Orbitals are getting good shove off. Oh, but unfortunately, just losing that ball within the 5. Disappointed. We saw him giving handoffs left, right, and center. So probably just not being able to control that. So it is a defensive scrum there for the PE Harlequins. So PE Harlequins do manage to get that ball out of the scrum there. Kind of looking for reinforcements, wanting to pot that ball as far downfield as possible, get themselves out of the pressure. Bit of juggling here behind the poles. Managed to get it wide. They send it to the winger who puts it on his hip, who does well to get it downfield. But that it was Botha who got it away. Found the space, but intercepted there by the number 12, Bosman from the PE Harlequins. We now see the Harlequins waking up, getting some phases in where they've unfortunately not been able to get phases in. So backwards is the call, and it is picked up by a Quins player. Looks like the number 8 from Quins, Arno Hoogenstra. PE Harlequins would be very... So does well there, adds that extra 2, so score now stands at 31 points to 0. Narkobulla with a comfortable lead here in the first half. So we can imagine that the PE Harlequins are kind of just exhausted at this point. They've been doing all of the defensive work here in the first half, hoping to maybe come back in the second half and just put some extra pressure there on Narka. They have managed to get back their kickoff, so sent to the number 8, Olifant, who wants to get his team there on the front foot, just over that advantage line. Kind of a bit of stagnant play, but you know, at this point I think they'll just be happy to have ball in hand. So they do get the penalty, does the PE Harlequins. Steps outside, steps inside, does the walk, manages to get that ball away, looks for the wing, pick up there from the number 14. That is Ploik is there who managed to pick it up. But it is a knock on in the Harlequins' favor. So happy to have that scrum kind of just on the Narkobulla's 5-meter line. So, free kick awarded the way of the Harlequins, wanting to play that quickly, but just being called back onto the mark there. We see Lawak there doing well to kind of just manage his players, take control. Looking to get through the Narkobulla's team. Bit of a pass gone wide, lost a couple of meters there, but nonetheless they do still manage to keep ball in hand. probably wanting to get this as wide as possible. We saw that the number 11 for Lavak, maybe they're brothers, does have some pace on him, so manages to get that quick little offload there. Good pickup, and through the hands is PE Harlequins. They do manage to get onto the scoreboard here within the last kind of dying minutes of this first half. So score stands at 31 points to 5 with a conversion to come. Good strike coming in there from the kicker. Looks like it could be the number 10 there if I just get his jersey number. But he manages to add that extra 2. So score now stands at 31 points to 7. Narkobulla with a really good, healthy lead there. In the first half. We are at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival here at the Harlequins Pretoria Rugby Grounds. We're on the A field. We have some games going on at the Pretoria Rugby Club just across the field, across the road, I mean. But nonetheless, we are here celebrating Harlequins' 120th anniversary. So incredibly prestigious moment that we've got going here. We see a boot flying, but PE Harlequins have managed to retain possession. It's the number 8 Olifant there, who's just kind of dazed and confused, not sure where his boot is, jogging back to get his boot. Harlequins getting the advantage. Not making too many meters, but referee allowing play. There it is. Referee blowing his whistle for offside against the Narkobulls. Tap and go is the play. It is the number 12 Bosman who gets a good run there, but not wanting to commit to those phases. Have they gotten over? They have gotten over. Have the PE Harlequins, so they're looking extremely dangerous with ball in hand. So I think the Narkobulls have been trying to kind of just suck the possession away from PE Harlequins, but they do look dangerous when they have ball in hand. It looks like they've got speed all the way from number 1 all the way through to number 15. So happiness all around for the PE Harlequins, looking to kind of start their second half on a good note. So your score now stands at 31 points to 12 with a conversion to come. Quite close to the same spot that the number 10 Abrams put it. Slotted it from in just a couple minutes ago, actually. So let's see if he is able to do it again. Does get a good strike on it, and he has the direction as well. So score now goes up to 14 points. 14 points to 31.
14 punten nou vir PE Harlequins en dan naar 14, ons is steeds in die eerste helfte van ons eerste wedstrijd van die aand. Onthou die openingsceremonie gaan kort na hierdie wedstrijd plaasvind, dames en heren. 8 uur en het zal plaasvind hier op die rugbyveld hier voor ons. En hanteer word deur die blauwbulle president Willem Strauss wat saam met ons is vanavond hier.
Narkobulla kicking it off high, letting it hang. Have the knock-on advantage, so scrum time it is. So steady scrum there from both teams, but Narkobulla showing their dominance, trying to milk that penalty, which they do. Sends it to the number 12 who wants to set it up. Looked like a bit of a forward pass, and it was. But the referee bringing them back for that scrum advantage. Off to go to line. They know that this was working here earlier for them in this first half, so trying to see if they can use their set phase, their set piece to create a good platform to get some running rugby in there from their backline. We've seen that their backline both strong, very powerful and very nippy, so exciting times and exciting rugby coming from both sides. We were expecting PE Harlequins to play some exciting rugby. They wouldn't have been the finalists 2 years in a row if they didn't play exciting rugby. So sending it to the back of that line out there, trying to set up the maul, looking to get that sack, but Maul manages to stand strong. Ball ripped off the side there from the PE Harlequins. So good win, positive play coming from them here at the end of the first half. And does really well to get it on the boot. Spots a space, but well covered there by the number 15. Sends it wide, looking to make that one-on-one tackle. Unfortunately not happening. Seeing some space, running straight into one of the PE Harlequins players, and unfortunately just giving away that penalty. Tap and play quickly is the call. Looked a little offside to me, but referee says that's fine, we play on. We've also taken that ball, getting the offload away. Strong run coming there from the Narkobulla player. Sending it wide and referee calling for a forward pass there. So scrum to PE Harlequins just on the 5 meter. Bit of chat between the players and the referee there. One of the forward players, unfortunately, just a little down there, so getting some medical attention. So defensive scrum here for the PE Harlequins on their 5 meter line. We've seen that the Narkobulls have been able to put on extensive pressure, but early shove coming in there. So tap and play is a quick call, sends it, but referee does call them back to the mark. So tap and play again, looking to run with those big strong forwards. Does PE Harlequins just want to set up that structure to either look to get it wide? We saw that the number 11 wing does have a good strong left boot on him, so looking to play it. But tap and go is a quick play. We see that they do love playing a little bit of running rugby, does the PE Harlequins. So always trying to catch the Narkobullas here on the back foot. The score is currently 31 points to 14. Another quick tap and play there by PE Harlequins. They do get caught and driven back in the tackle. So looking for that line. Held up, looking to create that more, but referee does say that it was a tackle. 9 unfortunately just been caught there with the ball. So always love seeing different back player there at the scrum. But ball ripped in the tackle by Narkobulls. Gets it away to the number 8, who is unfortunately met with a huge thumping tackle. Leaves him lying there. PE Harlequins looking to play very aggressive, very quick rugby. Sending it wide. Touching on that forward pass there, but the ball just being lost. So Quinn's, unfortunately, Quinn's losing that ball, sending it to the Narkobulls, who looks for support, wanting to kind of match the intensity that PE Harlequins are playing. Referee plays advantage to the Narkobulls. Bit of scrappy rugby that we're seeing here towards the end of the first half. So scrum time on the halfway line. Dead center, great kind of attacking piece that you have here off a middle scrum. Can go either way. Subs being made here for the PE Harlequins team. Does look like it was the number 9 Lawak that was replaced. We saw very energetic player, so probably just getting running out of some gas here towards the end of the first half. Penalty awarded the way of the PE Harlequins. That is the halftime hooter that has gone, but it is a penalty, so another play in hand, sending it wide, but just lost there. So referee calls that that's the end of the first half. Score going the way of the Narkobulls, standing at 31 points to 14. We saw the PE Harlequins coming back here towards the end of the first half. We will be back for the second half soon.
En Naka, ABE Midas, Narkobulla, hulle staan op 31 punte, so 31-14. Dis die halftyd telling, ons gee so 'n paar minute kans dat ons weer eens begin. Ons sê dankie vir World Sports Betting, hulle is die manne wat alles moontlik maak. En natuurlik geborg het, World Sports Betting, Easter Rugby Festival, en dan sê ook vir meneer Willem Strauss van die natuurlik altyd in sit om toernooie soos hierdie moontlik te maak. Baie dankie meneer Strauss. En ons sê ook baie dankie vir die manne van Interactive Security. Hulle borg vanaand se sekuriteit vir hierdie hele toernooi. Heeltemal gratis, Interactive Security, so ons sê ook baie dankie vir hulle. En onthou dames en here, daar op die veld aan jou regterkant is die Hype Energy Drink stalletjie. Die Hype Energy Drink stalletjie daar met die swart gazebo. Hulle deel daai Hype Energy drinks heeltemal gratis uit. Gaan maak 'n draai daar. En dan ondersteun ook die kosstalletjie, daar's heerlike eetgoed. En dan die bo in die kroeg is natuurlik lekker koue drinkgoed vir die groot mense. Geniet jouself.
weet ook weer eens, dames en heren, van die openingsceremonie wat plaasvind om 8 uur hier op die veld. En dan morgen is natuurlijk een rustdag en dan is ons weer terug zaterdagmiddag so van 2 uur af. Die volgende klompie wedstrijden. So, maak seker jy mis nie hierdie World Sports Betting Easter Rugby Festival hier by Harlequins Rugby Club nie. Die thuisspan Harlequins, hulle gaan so half 9 vanaand in aksie wees teen Vereniging in die laaste wedstrijd vir vanaand. En dis ook die manne van Vereniging se enigste wedstrijd by vanjaar se toernooi. Ons sien baie uit na daai ene. Baie welkom as jy saam met ons kuier vanaand en jy dalk nou net hier aangekom. Ons hoop jy geniet dit.
Soy el fuego que
Dames en heren, ons maak gereed vir die tweede helfte. Hierdie wedstrijd hier voor ons op die A-veld, Harlequins PE, wat speelt teen AB Maidas Narkobulla en is die Narkobulla wat voor met 31-14.
We are back here with the second half. Narkobulls playing from your right to left, leading the PE Harlequins 31 points to 4. So we are here at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival 120th anniversary at the Pretoria Harlequins Rugby Club. So incredible to be here with them. I am joined by my fellow co-commentator, Reinhard Kuhn decided to join us here. So it's really exciting to have him here, and then at least you don't have to listen to me for the whole night. Reinhard, you have just kind of walked in here. Let me give you a scope of kind of have actually come in and thrown like zero structure at them. They play like the Fijians play, right? They kind of just throw the ball all over the place. So it works for them because the Narkobullas are kind of just used to structure, setting up your phases, going through the phases. PE Harlequins are saying we don't want to get trapped in that. So that's kind of what I'm assuming one of the reasons why they've been the finalists for the past 2 years there in PE. So we do have our second half kicking off here with the scrum. Reinhard, I know that you've just come in, so it would be terrible to try and throw you into the deep end, but looking at the score, it's currently standing 31 points to 14. If you came in as a coach coming in blind, what do you think the PE Harlequins could do to just up the scoreboard a little more? Get that scoreboard ticking.
Thank you, Leila, for that lovely introduction. From my perspective, I think that the magic does lie in the back line of the PE Harlequin side. I've been told by the camera crew that they have some exceptional players, especially in the wider areas. So they'll be definitely looking for those and attracting players in the center of the pitch, making the space available on the outside. But we will have to wait and see to what PE Harlequins do have to offer. It's home ground advantage, but not really home ground advantage. Traveled all the way from PE.
So yeah, look, we currently do have the Narkobullas, who are a Pretoria team, so they are getting kind of more of the support here tonight. But nonetheless, you're not going to write the PE Harlequins off. I am going to hand it over to Reinhard, who's going to be running with what he sees happening in front of him now. He's coming in on kind of a new, fresh perspective. I've been here, and so am I a little biased? No. Politically correct, no. But Reinhard's going to come in here with a fresh eye and kind of just keep you guys up to date what's happening on the field in front of you. So, like I said, World Sports Betting, Harlequins 120th anniversary. Narkobulls are leading the PE Harlequins 31 points to 14.
And now it looks as if the PE Harlequin side here finding themselves with a line out on the 10-meter line. They'll be looking to claw their way back into this game. They just need to find some sort of route back into this game, but the Narkobulla making their lives extremely difficult there in the first half. But we witnessed a slight little comeback from PE Harlequins towards the later stages of that first half. But Narkobulla now pushing forward, building some phases, making the ball do all the work, keeping club rugby simple. This is something we've most certainly missed out on. That is club rugby. It's a wonderful Easter festival. Do stay tuned throughout the weekend. We are indeed sponsored by World Sports Betting, and you are viewing and witnessing an SEI production of this club rugby action. PE Harlequins with a quick tap and go. But decent work from them, as my colleague mentioned, a side that plays similar to Fiji, not quite structured, but deadly when given the chance. Here they come, the PE Harlequins. Do they in those checkered shirts, crawling past the halfway line, gaining some nice running ball back on the inside, pushed backwards. Bulla very physical in their defensive display, using that rush defense to some good effect. Substitute prop there, looking to barge through the defensive line. Referee clearly just signaling that the player wasn't quite rolling away to his liking. PE Harlequins push forward. Gaps are starting to form as the game progresses. The flanker now getting excited, getting frustrated with the referee there, wanting to take a quick tap and go. Not quite working out for him, but it's the fly half now getting the second go at that. PE Harlequins building their way slowly back into this game, getting a decent feel of the ball. As we witnessed in the first half, multiple knock-on errors, costly errors for them, so they'll be looking to subtract some unforced errors and get some tries on the scoreboard. It's as soon as I wanted to say a lovely evening, not for the Narkobulla, as they are sent now to the sin bin, now having to deal with one man less, potentially granting PE Harlequins a route back into this encounter. A quick tap and go there from the young man, pushing forward now. Jandre Oberholzer, the man sent to the sin bin for his illegal efforts there. Quite frustrating from Narkobulla. As I mentioned, they've really given some motivation to that PE side. The travelling side taking on the men from Pretoria, the local team. But as I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, it is a lovely Thursday night. What a start to the Easter weekend. A Good Friday tomorrow and some more rugby on Saturday. Some exciting days to look forward to. But for now, it's PE Harlequins taking on Narkobulla, trying to get back into this game. Really desperate attempts required as the clock does tick on. As we see some dialogue on the bench there. Referee giving the go-ahead for that quick tap and go. The PE Harlequin side do exactly that. A team that likes running ball, a team that likes the opportunities around the loose scrum. Of course they do. Who doesn't? But PE Harlequins push forward, and a penalty is unfortunately called in favor of the men from Pretoria, the Narkobulla. Fantastic crowd turnout here this evening. We've been blessed with rain throughout the week, and luckily the rain has most certainly held up and granting us the opportunity to view some excellent and brilliant rugby this evening, as the ball is punted towards the commentary booth here at Harlequins Rugby Club, where the rugby is going and the drinks are flowing. Do come on down, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the area. Shots from the crowd to inspire this Narkobulla team, wanting to see more from their side despite the lead that they manufactured. The hooker just in dialogue with the scrum off there, maybe just relaying a personal message, a potential strategy that they've worked on throughout the week for this game. Maybe they spotted a weakness in that PE Harlequin side. Certainly not a side that is tiring, that is for sure. Not going out without a fight, that is PE Harlequins. The Narkobulla being forced to retake that line out. Second attempt at it. That is from Reinhard Kappen. Excellent line out from the youngster. And it's the Narkobulla that push forward and managed to find a touch. If the ball does hop over, seems as if the ball just crossing the white line there. PE Harlequins dot down. Look to get it going quickly.
And we do see that the PE Harlequins are coming kind of back into their own here. Unfortunately, no points on the board here for the second half yet. But from personal experience, just what I saw in the first half, they've been doing a lot better to actually get more ball in play, setting up more phases, kind of playing a little more structured rugby, which is good to see at the end of the day, but not losing their flair are the PE Harlequins. But we do see Narkobulla finding that hole there. They are looking to get a wide, steps outside and steps inside. Does Grobler looking to get the pop away, which I think he does. Good defensive pressure coming there from the PE Harlequins, setting it up, pushing up really quickly. Making those hits, getting those one-on-one hits in, being crucial at this point. So Naka setting up those phases and then deciding to go to the back line. Shrugs off one, does the number 13, Conradi. Sends it wide to the wing, and they do manage to get that extra 5 deep in the corner. Looks like it was the number 11 from the Narkobulla, sorry, Jared Cornelius. So score now stands at 36 points to 14 for Narkobulla.
As you mentioned there, Leila, exceptional work from the Bulla side, spreading the ball, spotting the gap in the wider areas, finished off in the corner in some fashion. A cosmic rugby on show here this evening. Fantastic rugby from the youngsters, really proving to bring some profits in for the Narkobulla. As I mentioned, we are live from the Harlequins Rugby Club, celebrating 120 years of rugby excellence. Just a stone throw away from the, of course, from the famous Loftus Versveld. A couple of famous high schools here known for their rugby in the area. So we are right in the thick of things, right in the heart of Pretoria, and right where the rugby is hot. Excellent conversion there by Sean Grobler. Exceptional work from the fly half. PE Harlequins looking to get us underway yet again. Not the first time. Find themselves with their backs against the wall, swinging against the ropes. We'll have to wait and see how they end off this game and potentially going home with some form of consolation. But the Narkobulla seem to have recovered the ball nicely, recycled back to the fly half. Lovely right boot of his, swings through, manages to find touch. Exceptional kick there from the youngster.
Yeah, we've seen some good territorial kicks coming there from Grobler, so doing really well to get it out. PE Harlequins deciding to play quickly. A little bit of a fumble there in the red zone, but nonetheless does manage to get that clearance kick away. So Narkobulls have an attacking line-out here in the 22 of the PE Harlequins. We saw in the first half that their set phases and their set pieces are working really well. They know what they want and they know how to get their set pieces going. So most of their tries coming off of their set pieces in the first half. So looking to kind of get that going here in the second half again. Decides to go for that back ball, sets up that maul, but unfortunately just sacking it themselves do Narkobulls. Ball going to the inside center, number 12, but fumbling that in the pass. Referee calling for offside. Bit of a shake and bake. How's your mother, how's your father? Not releasing that ball, kind of slowing it down. Jen's getting a bit of personality here in the second half. Scrum it is. The Narkobulls do have the more dominant scrum, so it does make sense that they decide to set that up here within the 22. We see them flooding that open side, getting all their numbers in there. Do they have something special planned up their sleeves, or are they just going to play hands and use their strong running players here in the back line? We've seen that they are both strong and they are quick, so a good balance of both here in the Narkobulls back line.
Scrum deep within the PE Harlequins own half. Narkobulla in a fantastic attacking position, some would say position A1. Certain try potentially beckoning for the Bulla side. Only time will tell. Scrum off there, Ruan Vivier being forced to wait. Scrum there, caving down. Narkobulla now with Vivier. Young man calling for a scrum, maybe being advised there by his captain Defender and vice captain Marco Dongas. As we've seen, as we can see now on your screen, that the substitutes are being rung. Etienne Stedham making his way onto the field of play. A young man that has been on the bench throughout this encounter. He'll be looking to potentially add to that Bulla lead, add to the abundance of tries that they've scored this evening. But referee now and players really taking their time, forced to wait. The game most certainly being slowed down. Potentially predicting a Bulla onslaught here. The quiet before the storm, as they say. Substitute there, Etienne Storm, just in dialogue with his fly half, Sean Grobler. Potentially a gap there on the blind side, overlap that they can create there with potentially the 8th man, Arnu. It seems as if the scrum is finally set. And now they have engaged the scrum. Caves, strings attached. No losses, no wins, but just to try and find some sort of a solution to their problem. Keeping their game nice and simple. But it's the Narkobulla that have done that, and they push. They are walking towards the try line yet again, striding over, dotting down. It's exceptional work there. However, Harlequins now really are on their feet. And it seems as if the Bulla, or the Narkobulls, are just getting started.
Yeah, Reinhard, looking like the Narkobulls are still very fresh. I don't know where they found this energy, but somehow they have managed to dig deep, find this energy, managed to play some good attacking rugby, strong pack rugby as well. And then when they needed to, manage to put the burners on the PE Harlequins. So the score now standing at 64 points. 2-14. Great vibe that we've got here at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival being played at the Pretoria Harlequins Rugby Club. We do have other games going on at the Pretoria Rugby Club just across the road, and we do have another stream up for that. So our gents are working hard on that side. They can't hear me, but hello to you guys on that side. We look like we've got a bit of a whitewash game here on our hands. He does manage to add that 2, so score moves up to 66 points, 2-14. After this, we've got the opening ceremony, and then we've got one more game. It's the home gents, the Pretoria Harlequins, playing against the Vereniging team. It's their only match of this Easter Festival weekend. So if they come out victors, then at least they have managed to walk away with one win, and all the wins are no losses. So score now up to 66 points, 2-40.
Champions of the Carlton League, victors of the Carlton Cup, really showing why they deserved that title. The PE Harlequin side coming off a fresh defeat down in PE in the Super 14 B League. Seems as if they are going to suffer the same fate here tonight. But it's the Bulls that are carrying on that winning momentum and enjoying that winning feeling. Players now wanting to get onto the score sheet, darting inside, outside. Lovely work. Exceptional work there from Grobler. The fly half there, making himself available, running from deep, running with an angle, and finishing off in exquisite fashion. Now looking to convert his own try takes the score beyond 70 here, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, I did say 70. It's been absolutely one-way traffic in favor of the men. That is the Narkobulla. And in that instance, seems as if he did negotiate that kick very well, and it takes the score now to 73-14 in favor of the Narkobulla. We've seen glimpses in the first half of PE's capabilities, but none whatsoever in the second. As I mentioned, one-way traffic really suffering from that pressure that the Bulls have placed on this PE side. And they go high yet again from kickoff. But once more, the Narkobulla securing the ball from the kickoff and really easing and getting comfortable in this game. Comfortable with the ball. And like that, the spaces will come now with winger Cornelius. Jared Cornelius goes back to his fullback, who offloads it to the winger, Reinhard Kappen. A clear knock on there from the Bulls. Exciting display in the left flank. Not quite coming off there. Creative thoughts, however, the execution not quite up to scratch in that specific situation. But nonetheless, the Bulla will definitely not be discouraged. They have a real chance here to really raise some eyebrows with that scoreboard once the final whistle blows. But as we just witnessed now that the referee is taking his time at scrum time, we can clearly see that one forward pack is much more excited to get into the faces of the other. The other a little bit more dejected. Scrum caving in once more there. Seems like the tight head, the responsible party there, or the irresponsible party, should I say, forcing the scrum to be retaken. It's just a matter of time before we get going again. Quite frustrating that we do have to wait for so long, and I guess the backline players will be equally as frustrated with not getting their hands on the ball more frequently. That is from the PE Harlequins perspective. But now they come once more with Levok. But look at that solid push forward from the Bulls. Pushing forward in that ball, almost a tank-like formation, taking no prisoners, inching towards and gaining valuable territory and getting over that advantage line. And it's a lovely flat pass through to the winger. It's Cornelius who darts through, and it's a try time. Simply astonishing work here from the Bulla side. Eye-catching rugby. Rugby that dazzles for sure. Really putting on one entertaining performance here for the crowd in attendance. A crowd that is only gaining in numbers will be extremely attracted to the style of rugby that the Narkobulla have to offer. It'll be really exciting and intriguing to see how their festival progresses throughout the weekend. A quick little kickoff there, sneaky little kickoff. But once again, thought spot on, execution not quite. Seems as if we've got one more scrum to end off this game. Expect a couple of seconds to be wasted here. The players now filtering their way towards the scrum. In drips and drabs. Players clearly out on their feet. Put on one fantastic performance, irrespective of what the scoreline said. Forced to travel all the way from PE, making their efforts count.
And we heard that final hooter going. I don't know who's more relieved to hear that hooter, the referee or the players. I think at this point in time, score stands at 78 points to 14. That's not a joke. It really is what the score is. Narkobulla have just managed to play structured rugby, but rugby with flair at the same time. PE Harlequins not having an answer for them. So another penalty awarded the way of the Narkobulls. Bit of a chat there with the referee. But Narkobulls decide they want to go for the line. Good territorial kick coming from Grobler there for the Narkobulls. We have almost come here to the end of our first game at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival tournament being held here at the Pretoria Harlequins Rugby Club. They are celebrating the 120th anniversary. So congratulations to you guys here at the Pretoria Harlequin Club. We know it's a club that walks around with pride, and everyone's proud to be associated with the Quins brand. Naka looking to put that final nail in the coffin, walking forward with that maul. Referee puts his hand out for an advantage. Looks to send it wide, does Grobler. Bit of a bounce, but manages to get the ball in hand, runs straight into his opposing into the winger. Gets a handoff, does whip it also. So forward pass there, but the referee says they do have penalty options. Narkobulla's decided to take the one they're closest to the touchline. Set up the line out there. I think it's just Narkobulla's wanting to get over that 80 mark. Almost feel like they would have let themselves down if they don't hit that 80 mark. So I think definitely a score that they can be proud of walking away with here. Gets it at the front of the line. They set up that maul. Managing to walk forward, do the Narkobulls. Looking for the referee awards a penalty try. What a way to end the game. So that is a straight 7 points. Referee says that's it. So score is 78 points to 4. No, score, sorry, is 85 points to 14. Final score. Narkobulls getting over that 80-point mark. We are here, done. World Sports Betting Easter Festival, game 1 done and dusted. We now go over to the opening ceremony, and then the Pretoria Harlequins playing home against Vereniging.
Dames en heren, ons kan weer 'n lekker aan 'n klap gee vir beide van hierdie twee spanne. Dink die manne het hulle self geniet. Op die veld baie geluk dan aan die span van ABE Midas Narkobulla, wat as winnaars van die veld afstap in hierdie wedstryd teen PE Harlequins. So nou gaan ons vir 'n paar minute kans gee, dan gaan ons die openingsseremonie hanteer om 8 uur deur meneer Willem Strauss, die president van die Global Rugby Unie wat hier saam met ons is vanaand. Ons verwelkom ook vir die boelsaanvrugter Jake White en Gert Smal wat ook hier is vanaand. Ons sê baie welkom vir beide van hulle. En dan ook Eugene hier van die Blauwille Rugby Unie wat saam met ons is. Ons sê dankie vir World Sports Betting. Hulle is die manne wat die hoofborge is van hierdie toernooi, die Easter Rugby Festival, World Sports Betting. Die toernooi staan bekend as die World Sports Betting Easter Rugby Festival. Hier by Harlequins Rugby Club in Pretoria. Van die wedstryde word die ander kan die rugby, ander kan die teerpad gespeel op Pretoria Rugby Club se velde en dan hier agter op die B-veld is daar ook 'n paar wedstryde wat plaasvind in hierdie toernooi wat 'n eerste is in sy soort. En ons sê baie dankie vir daai manne. En dan weer baie dankie ook vir die sekuriteitsmanne Interactive Security. Hulle doen al die werk, die sekuriteitswerk vir hierdie toernooi, hierdie naweek hier heeltemal gratis vir ons. So ons sê baie dankie vir hulle. En dan dames en here, vra ons asseblief dat jy die klub sal ondersteun. Maak 'n draai in die kroeg. Daar is ons lekker koue drinkgoed vir die groot mense en dan is daar lekker koeldranke vir die jonges. En dit is by die kosstannetjie. Dis is so regs van die paviljoen en dan op die rugbyveld. Ook so meer aan ons regterkant as jy vir die veld kyk, aan jou regterkant is daar. Dis daar die dametjies van Hype Energy Drinks. En hulle deel daar die energiedrankies gratis uit. Hype Energy Drinks, jy kan gerus 'n draai van maak daar. En vir een van daardie drinks, energy drinks kry. Dan moet jy onthou, eerskomende Saterdag, môre is 'n afdag, almal rus môre, niemand speel môre rugby nie. So Saterdag is ons weer terug met die toernooi so van 2:00 die middag af. En die ouens van World Sports Betting het 'n hele klompie pryse wat uitgedeel gaan word op Saterdag. So jy wil nie Saterdag se toernooi of Saterdag se dag misloop nie. Jy wil seker maak jy is hier om saam met ons die dag te geniet.
Just a small town boy, living on the
span. Hulle het gelyk opgespeel 16 elk.
Hou aan loop en kyk weer op. Daar's soveel meer wat op jou wag. Sê my, voel jy die genade? Son kom op, verblind jou oor. Is dan te groot om te verstaan.
wat belangstel. Daar Grizzlies nou net welkom gewen. Was die Cheetahs kampioene gewees en hy die eindtelling 2015. So 'n groot applaus aan hulle aanwesigheid daar vir Grizzlies. Hier by my om hierdie event amptelik te open is die president van die Blou Bulle, meneer Willem Strauss. Ek gee hom met graag die mic oor na hom om hierdie World Sports Betting Easter Rugby Festival vir ons te open. Meneer Willem.
Hi, dankie Gary, thank you very much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a real privilege for me. And I think our whole organization at the Blue Bulls Rugby Union to host this first World Sports Betting Easter Festival. Many of you will remember the old days, the club championships that took place in Durban, which was quite a highlight on the SA Rugby calendar and especially for club rugby. And we're really looking forward to getting this festival up to that level in years to come. But I think for the first year we've done well, and I want to thank the organizers, Richard, Dr. Eugene here, everybody involved, Harlequins Rugby Club who's hosting or who's having their 120th anniversary, Victoria Rugby Club. Let's give them all a big hand for hosting this tournament. Ons sien regtig uit na 'n naweek. Ek dink ons sien regtig uit na 'n naweek van great rugby. Vir my gaan dit persoonlik baie interessant wees om te sien hoe weeg ons Carlton Clubs op teen die res van Suid-Afrika se beste clubs. En ek moet sê, so ver lyk die Carlton Clubs baie goed, baie dis Naka. Baie geluk aan Ivy Maris Naka met hulle oorwinning van 85-14 oor PE Harlequins en dan ook Tuine Grizzlies met hulle oorwinning van 2015 oor Welkom, so baie goeie begin vir die Blue Bull Clubs. Ook baie welkom aan die ook baie welkom aan die direkteur van Rugby, Jake White wat hier is. Ook Gert Smal, die Blue Bull Academy afrigter. Ek het Jimmy Stonias hier gesien van die Pumas, JP Appelman van die Valke. So who knows, during the season we might still see a couple of these players playing Currie Cup rugby. So everyone, please enjoy the tournament, all the players, the coaches, the management, the spectators. Come and support us on Saturday again as well as on Monday, and let's make this one a big one. Thank you.
Dankie vir Willem Strauss. Dankie meneer Willem Strauss en dat jy vir ons die opening hanteer het. So daarmee verklaar ons dan die World Sports Betting Easter Rugby Festival as amptelik oop. Geniet hom. sê totsiens vir meneer en mevrou Potgieter. 'n Lekker aand verder hoor. Veilige ry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the big one of the evening. It is the home side Quins taking on Vereniging. We are here at the World Sports Betting Easter Festival Tournament. It is insane, it's crazy. We've had jam-packed games. Previous one, we had the Narkobullas walking away with an 80+ win over the PE Harlequins. So home Harlequins, always exciting. We've got a big crowd in here. Season's changing, a little chilly outside, but nonetheless we see Vereniging on the pitch at the moment. This is the only fixture they will be playing. So I mean, if they win this one, they walk away with no losses at the end of the day. So that's fine. We're quickly just going to run through the team list for the Quins. Starting 15, we have Dylan Weideman, Ati Hubert, who's the captain. We've got Gerard van der Merwe, Matthew van Biljon at 5. We've got Etienne Matthijs, Dwayne Bates, we've got John and Michael calling forward, Ruan Dupree, Hendrik Mulder, we know he is a stunning playmaker there at number 10. We've got Werner Stuman, Duvan Gunther, Kevin Osborne, Junior Malele, Koenraad Visser. That is your full 15 for the Quins side. Vereniging starting at that loose head prop. We've got Leon Ambrosius, we've got Stefan Jacobs, we've got Stefanus Kreer, Wouter van den Berg, Armand Smal, Jan-Ray Versaghi in at the left flank on number 6, Bongani Manguele, we've got Koos Bosman, Reino Hendricks, Marcel Jansen van Rensburg in at 10, Vian Kukumur, Hendrik Smith, Michael May on your outside centre. We've got Stefan Versaghi and Carlisle Hendricks. That is your starting 15. Quins kickoff, yeah, tonight. I am not alone in commentary tonight. I've got Reinhard Koen sitting here next to me. He's also looking very excited to see what the Quins have to offer here. We know that everyone wants the home one to win. Reinhard, what do you expect from this match? What do we want to see taking on the match from earlier where we saw kind of a bit of a run-over match? What do we want to see in this one here tonight?
Leila, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I expect quite a tight tussle between these two teams. Harlequins in the famous checkered strip, taking on a Vereniging side who are looking to upset the odds here. Much closer encounter due to that Harlequins home ground advantage. So it'll be interesting to see how the players manage to deal with that. There is a certain pressure that comes with being the home side. It all depends whether Harlequins will succumb to that pressure or whether they can use it to good effect. A lovely Thursday night here in Pretoria. As you mentioned, the World Sports Betting Club Rugby Festival getting underway a couple moments ago with an emphatic performance, an entertaining and enthralling game of rugby in which we saw one side pass the 80 mark. Maybe this game a little bit of a more closer game to expect, a little bit potentially more structured, as we see a player now just out on the floor, stretcher available, not quite responsive as of yet. We do wish all the best for the injured party there for Vereniging. Not an ideal start from the men in the white with the green sleeves. Wesley Thompson now, the one that is warming up, ready to replace the injured man on the stretcher. Unfortunate start there from the young man just before the game got started, just before the game started to warm up. Unfortunately suffered quite a serious injury, as we can see there. Quite a lengthy stop to the game, lengthy stoppage, slowing down the game, forcing us to have a look again at these two teams. I witnessed them both in the warm-ups, both eager to impress. It'll just have to come down to the 70, 60 or so minutes that these teams can dazzle on the field. But Vereniging just being forced to wait as we are, Leila. It's been frustrating to see an injury so early to the game, but hopefully we can get started soon.
Yeah, no shame. We never actually want to see a man down on the pitch at all. So it's not a nice way to start the game, and unfortunately his game just being cut off short. But we do wish him all the best and the speedy recovery. We know that there's a very long season ahead, so hopefully nothing that they can't sort out too quickly. Quinn's gents just having to stay warm, just regroup, kind of just find each other again. Came out really, like you said, an emphatic start, so unfortunate to have it come to this, but nonetheless these gents want to come out to impress. Round of applause there for the gentleman being carried off. Unfortunate for him, an unfortunate start to this match for him, but really hope that he's going to be okay. So penalty awarded to Vereniging, who do opt to look for that territorial advantage, getting the ball out. So we haven't seen much. We're unsure of the style of play that both of these teams want to try and take on. We know that Quins do have a very physical forward pack and really dominant backline as well. Gents reading that well, knowing where they're going to go with it, so look to send it wide. Came off Hendrik Mulder there, setting up. Oh, sorry, I just reacted to that being played. The number 9 being played there by the number 10 from Vereniging, Janssen van Rensburg. So awarding a penalty there for a high tackle, unfortunately just there in the middle of the field. Hendrik Mulder saying it's in range. I want to put those points on the board early on. Give me it, I'm ready. Nice weather conditions that we've got here. It's a little chilly, which is nice. We don't want to play in hot weather, so little chilly here tonight, but no wind at all, so kickers are going to love that. Ideal conditions that we've got here tonight. So you see Mulder lining up that shot to post. Just inside Verenigings half. So looks like about a 48-49 meter kick directly across the posts. Mulder gets a good strike on it with that perfect direction. So Quins are up by 3. Vereniging still at 0. Very early here in nice lads. Very early here in the first half.
2-0 in the favour of Harlequins.
A wise decision from Harlequins to go to the polls rather early on in this encounter, really getting onto that scoreboard extremely early. Maybe a decision that was instructed from the coaching staff down on the sidelines, but Mulder making no mistake from the kicking tee with quite a distance to deal with, but exceptional work there from the fly half. Harlequins now attacking from their own half, finding themselves in that midfield, looking to get over that advantage line. Nice little flat pass there through the gap. Harlequins now with the outside centre. Kevin Osborne making a decent run there, potentially just taking his eyes off the ball there, or making a costly error when perhaps a gap and the try line was beckoning. Exceptionally lively start from the home side. We mentioned how important it was for them to use their home ground advantage, thus far proving to be of good effect. Vereniging now with an interesting tactic at line-out time. Stefan Jacobs goes all the way to the tail of the line-out. Clearly skew there in the line-out, and it's Jacobs with an error there. First line-out for the hooker, first error, and it grants Harlequins a scrum just short of that halfway line, but they do find themselves in Vereniging territory. They'll be looking to get the likes of Junior Malele, Kevin Osborne and Davin Gunter on the ball, get them some nice running ball and some secondary runners potentially available for Harlequins, a side that maybe slumped through and walked through the Woensdag Liga last year, but they'll be putting that all behind them and focusing their attention on Vereniging.
Yeah, good pressure that the Quins do want to assert, but unfortunately just early shove coming in there from the Quins was the tight head prop. I think they just shoved in a little too early there. So call for that scrum again. I think Vereniging thinking they've got a bit of an advantage there on their starting 8. Bit of a weight advantage that they want to take advantage of. So Quins have had to adjust from an attacking structure right back into a defensive structure. Haven't been put under any defensive pressure yet, so would be looking to kind of get up into the Vereniging faces very early, put them under that kind of pressure to make those passes. Good solid scrum being set in. Quinn saying we're not standing away for this, but goes to the 10 there. Jansen van Rensburg who sends it into the Quins off, but well retained there by the Quins, looking to go to the short side, kind of looking at each other, but advantage for the knock-on they awarded to Quins. So another scrum opportunity. Quins showing that they aren't going to be standing away from this strong pack that Vereniging is bringing here, but they are ready to meet them. So we're looking to add some pressure on their scrum here, hoping to get a good defensive line, perhaps play to a 12 setup. The pod off the 12 just popping up there is the Lucid prop Dylan Weideman. Like we said, it is the World Sports Betting Easter Festival that we've got going here at the Pretoria Harlequins Rugby Club. It is their 120th anniversary. Good handling skills there by Hendrik Mulder. Sorry, just interrupting myself there. Managed to keep that ball in hand and take it into contact. But Vereniging coming in there with the strong counter-rucking, so they have managed to turn the ball over. Referee says the ball is loose, but awards the scrum to Quins. We know Quins is in a building phase at the moment. They trying to feel things out, trying to set up what they've got going for the Carlton Cup that is starting soon, a couple of weekends from now. Sorry, as I was saying, it is our World Sports Betting Easter Festival that we've got going on here. Quins playing with a lot of pride. It's their 120th anniversary of the club. So, gents want to come out, keep the name high, and do that Quins proud. I heard the saying, once a Quin, always a Quin. So these gents know that they're playing with a lot of pride. Evans Academy, very nippy. Number 15 that we've got there. We know he knows how to put them over. So, always looking for work.
Vian Kukumur, the man in the luminous green boots, looking exceptionally lively in the opening stages of gameplay. Harlequins really utilizing the desperate defense. Scrum off there from the Harlequins. Dupree just in some dialogue with his fly half partner there. It'll be interesting to see what combinations that they can come up with throughout this rather fascinating encounter. Late Thursday evening. It's a lovely evening, and I can guarantee you this, ladies and gentlemen, there's no better place to be than right here in Harlequins Rugby Club in the heart of Pretoria, and there's no better place to watch rugby than right here on SEI, live streaming from YouTube. As we witness now Harlequins making their lives difficult for themselves there at the breakdown area. Vereniging certainly adding to their frustration, but they nonetheless recycle the ball, it seems like, albeit slow ball for the home side, but eventually it comes to the fly half. Nice little flat ball. As soon as I say nice little flat ball, not quite as nice. A little bit of a grass cutter, a player having to deal with a difficult pass, and they do that. The referee calls them back for a previous infringement. It grants the Harlequins team to regather their thoughts and potentially attack in a different direction. And as we can clearly see, their players are in constant dialogue with one another. Harlequins with yet again another wise decision by going for the poles. Hendrik Mulder with a lovely left boot, managing to convert his first penalty attempt. He'll be looking to add to that and keep up his 100% success rate. Wonderful left boot, a boot that is not shy of taking on some distance, so we'll just have to wait and see whether he can slot over for the second time and give Harlequins a 6-0 lead in this encounter in the World Sports Betting Club Rugby Festival. As we can see, just eyeing up his target, striding towards the ball. Nice, clean strike, beautiful strike. Very good work from the youngster there, making no mistake from the kicking tee.
Wonderful strike, as you said there, by Hendrik Mulder. Making no mistake there, adding those extra three, so the score now stands at 6 points to 0. Putting on a lot of pressure, but as you said, Reinhard, kind of just putting themselves under pressure there at ruck time. Vereniging doing well to try and get them and get that front foot ball and try and get those turnovers, sending those poachers in there early. Looks like it's going to be a game of scrums here tonight, going the way of Vereniging. So first time that we've actually seen a bit of attacking set piece for Vereniging here in the Quins half. Going to be looking to put in an important shove there. Always want your forward back to put those backs there on that front foot. But we know the Quins have shown that they want to shove back, but good recycling over the ball, get it to the 12. They do set it up off of the 12 in the middle of the field. Their referee says advantage to Vereniging, who look to get it wide, which they do. Sends it out to a speedster, but referee's whistle's gone. Forward pass, unfortunately. There we see a lot of pace on that left wing from Vereniging, or the right wing, sorry, Stefan Versaghi, showing that he's got Stefan Versaghi showing he's got that pace there. We've got Vereniging now lining up those 3 points, looking to get themselves back on the board here. Tries to get a solid strike on him, but we just saw that ball kind of torpedo towards the posts there, so unable to convert and get those 3 points on the board for his team is Janse van der Vieren. Kick deep into Vereniging's half, finding that space and decides to send it high, putting them under a bit of pressure, but referee awards a penalty to the Quinn, saying that the chaser was in front of the kicker. Just finding the mark there. Now the Quinn's going to they do see that they've got kind of that advantage on those scrums there. Decide to take that middle scrum. Ideal. It's not exactly a middle scrum, a little bit here, a little bit to the left of the post, but nonetheless, it's not a bad attacking opportunity for the Quins, wanting to maybe get themselves over that whitewash.
Marcel Janse van Vieren just pulling his kick wide there, failing to cut that deficit in half. Vereniging team now still scrambling to get on that to that scoreboard, but it's the Harlequins now looking to add to their lead. Of course they do. It's lovely work from the back line, spots a gap. Players in 6s and 7s, and it's try time for Harlequins, giving the home crowd something to cheer for, something to shout for, and there it is. Eye-catching rugby. Harlequins really now establishing a foothold in this game after converting 2 successful penalties. They now managed to get onto that try-scoring sheet, and it's been an eye-catching start from the home side. As I mentioned, Mulder now looking to convert and add those 2 extra points. The Vereniging side will be really scratching their heads. One side of the field where a penalty opportunity was beckoning, to all the way to the other where they conceded a try to the home side. So they'll be looking to get back onto that scoreboard as soon as possible.
Hendrik Mulder making absolutely no mistake there on that conversion, so the score now moves up to 13 points to 0 in favor of the home side. Ball sent high. Good pressure put on the Quins there by Vereniging. Ball kind of all over the place, not exactly sure what and where and how. Little bit of pushing and shoving. How's your mother? How's your father? Nonetheless, it is a scrum awarded to the Quins. Quinn setting up that scrum, probably looking just to get out of their own half. Good feed, stable scrum there by the Quins. Bit of a high tackle there on the number 12, Duvan Gunther. Nonetheless, referee says fine. Gets it to Hendrik Mulder, spots some space. Looks. Oh, and that is an excellent kick there by Hendrik Mulder, making no mistake. Getting it off his left boot, placing it perfectly.
Harlequins now inching towards the Vereniging try line, implementing both the running game and the kicking game to good effect. Vereniging now, Stefan Jacobs goes all the way to the hinge area of the line-out, and it's recovered by Harlequins. The men push forward and they dot another one down. 2 tries in no time whatsoever. And just like that, with a blink of an eye, like a flash of lightning, the Vereniging side are trailing 20 points to 0, just pending the conversion from Mulder.
Yeah, score's now standing at 18 points to 0 with a pretty easy conversion. So good assumption that you've made there, Reinhard. They do say though that the kicks closer to the posts are the more difficult ones to kick. So let's not put a commentator's curse on him. Okay, you did well. You didn't put a commentator's curse on him, so those are 20 points to 0. Quins now getting into their stride, kind of getting and finding their rhythm here in this first half.
20 points for the home team Harlequins, and then still no points for Vereniging.
Ball sent into the 22. But well gathered there by the Quins. Number 13, Kevin Osborne. Quick tap taken. Looked like a bit of a high tackle there to me, but the referee's got eyes there on the game. So being brought back for that penalty, not 10 meters back. Hendrik Mulder taking that. Probably going to be looking to go for touch, put his team on the front foot again. Really comfortable kick there by Hendrik Mulder to put his team within, just outside the 22, inside the 10 meter here. Get them on a good attacking foot.
Hendrik Mulder with a decent enough touch finder there. Harlequins now with another successful line out. Beautifully worked line out. Falls to the hooker. A Chubar there that was just taken out there. Nicely worked line out there from the home side. Managing only to gain a couple of yards upfield. Giving Vereniging certainly something to think about, something to keep in the back of their minds during the line-out time. But Harlequins look to contest at line-out time, and they've done exactly that, making it difficult for Vereniging. But the referee just awarding a penalty there for the travelling side. Vereniging will be scrambling for some sort of response. Almost bewildered from that early onslaught from the Harlequins team, the men in the checkered uniform. An old famous multicolour checkered uniform, I might add. An exciting rugby club. A rugby club that certainly attracts a lot of viewers and a lot of fans in the Pretoria community. But it's Vereniging who managed to recover that after a hard fall down onto the ground there. Vereniging recovered in the form of Hendricks. Goes back in field, meeting some traffic there just short of the halfway line. Attempted pick and go. Not quite coming off. But as I mentioned before, ladies and gentlemen, there is no better place to be than right here at Harlequins Rugby Club. So if you are in the area, do come on down and enjoy some drinks and scintillating club rugby. As we see now, Marcel Janse van Vieren just punting it downfield, getting his team upfield, getting them a little bit more of a taste of that line out. Sacrificing and surrendering their lineouts quite frequently during this encounter. And yet again, gifted to Harlequins